Hi everybody. A couple years ago I posted a video on my channel explaining how I was going to start adding different videos to this channel. And I didn't really do it because I was afraid I would lose subscribers, but I found myself in a difficult situation trying to create 2 or 3 different channels to cover each specific thing. And it was getting too difficult, so I decided I'm just going to go ahead and upload them here, and I will label them so that if you're not interested in diet or whatever I'm doing, you can just bypass it. I can't keep living in fear that I'm going to lose a subscriber or 2 or 5 or 100. You know, I can't keep doing that. I will eventually find the group that is right for me and who's interested in my stuff. I hope you all stick around because I will still do sewing videos, but I also want to do this too because this is what I'm passionate about. So before I get started, I want to tell you that during my journey, I would hop on the scale, take a picture, and I would save it. And this is where I'm getting these. I never planned to make this video. It's just that I want to keep track of my weight coming off. So now I'm making the video. I didn't pay attention to how dirty the scales were. These are not my scales. I just borrow them. I hop on, take a picture, get off, and I don't think about it until I started making this video. And I was like, oh, dang, these scales look really bad. So anyway, during the video, please take note of the scale, the number on the scale, and the date, because that is important. I am 51 years old, and I started my diet 2017, and I had resigned myself to looking like I did in the first 3 pictures because I felt like the only way I'm going to get this weight off is to live in the gym. I am not going to live in the gym. There's no way. I cannot do it. So I was going to just live like that. And then I started having some health problems, and I'm not really one to run to the doctor for everything, and I certainly don't want to be on medication. So I thought before I go to the doctor for anything, I needed to take care of everything that I can take care of, everything within my power. And then when there's nothing else I can do, then I'll go to the doctor. But I take my health personal, and it's my responsibility, and this is just how I approach my life. Now, it is really, really, really hard for me to show this video because my weight tops out at 190, and I cringe when I see myself. So to show these pictures is really hard. Now, that is not to say I'm body shaming. Some people can carry extra weight and they're fine with it. I am not. I do not like the way I feel when I'm overweight. I do not like the way I look when I'm overweight. I don't like how I feel about myself when I'm overweight. When my weight comes off, my anxiety is less. My hot flashes are less. I have better mobility. I have better energy. I carry myself differently. So this is the standard I have for myself. This is not to say that someone else is ugly because they're overweight or they're ugly because they're underweight. It's not about that. This is just about me and what I want for myself. So I think diet is super important, whatever diet that is. I go keto. I've gone more towards carnivore. Now I have to take into consideration how my body feels, how my mental and emotional health are, and my schedule. And because I'm doing a lot of sewing, a lot of recording, all that, it's better that I eat less. So when I started eating the ketogenic diet and then moving more towards a carnivore, I found that I can eat 1 meal a day and not be hungry. I tried vegetarianism. I was hungry all the time. I couldn't focus on anything because I was so distracted with the hunger. So it is what it is. The ketogenic / carnivore works best for me. I encourage you to find a diet that works best for you, whether it's veganism or carnivore or anything in between, because it's important. And I'll talk about some of the things that happen in my timeline when I get there. So I hope you guys like this video, and I'm sorry I've already talked for 5 minutes, but let's go. Okay, the first few photos are just so you can get an idea of what my weight was like before I started the diet. The picture of me in the yellow is the one that made me decide I needed to do something about my weight right away. My first scale weight that you see is 180, and I believe that was on September 7th. I can't see the date as I'm recording it, so I have to try to remember the date that's on there. And I believe I started September 2nd. So as you see the timeline, you can see how quickly the weight comes off. The first couple weeks, you need to be really strict to get your body fat adapted. This picture is the first time I noticed the weight coming off my body, not just on the scale. So as you keep going, October 6th, 2018, I'm 173.6. And then, let me see what the next date is. I can't see very well through the recording. So October something, I can't see it, 2018. And then another one in October. And then here, I believe this picture of me is the last one taken before this event happened that changed everything. Okay, so about this time in the timeline, I flew to Montana to drive my sister back to California, to drive back with her. And she wanted me to get off the ketogenic diet just long enough for us to drive from Montana to California so we can stop and eat in Vegas at one of the buffets or whatever. So I decided I would do that. And when we started driving, we realized we weren't going to make it to Vegas. I don't know who was doing the planning, but we didn't do a very good job of it because we weren't going to make it to Vegas that quickly. So we stopped at drive-thrus and truck stops and convenience stores and basically ate like garbage cans for 2 days. And so when I got home, I dropped her off, went home, came back the next day, which is only 20 minutes drive each way, and I helped her unload everything. And when she was taking me home, I started getting this feeling in my gut. And it was really strange because I'm not one who runs fevers or vomits. I just don't. I used to get sick a lot when I was a kid, but as an adult, I just don't. But this pain started right at my rib cage, and it was like a squeezing feeling. And then pretty soon it turned to like a nausea. And then I was like, just get me home. I don't feel good. So by the time she got me home, I ran in the door, hit the first bathroom, and I vomited. And I vomited for 6 or 8 hours until I couldn't do it anymore. And I had my friend take me to the hospital. They ran tests and scans and all kinds of things. They couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. They even came back and said my liver was a wreck because it was just in bad shape. They thought I was a drinker. I don't drink at all. And so I figured out what that was. I used to have a lot of headaches, and so I would take acetaminophen a lot, and that's a #1 killer for your liver. So took that out of my diet. But anyway, I got back home. I continued to lose weight. That was November of 2018. I kept losing weight until February of 2019. From 2019 until February of 2020, I didn't take any pictures because my weight kept going up. I was so sick that it took months for me to recover from that. And I didn't get back on the ketogenic diet until February of 2020. And that's when my weight started coming off again. So let's pick this up where we left off. Okay, so you can still see the weight coming off. This is November, so around Thanksgiving time. Feeling a little better, not 100%. Moving still hurt. I could still eat things, but moving hurt. And then, let me see, January is still coming off. February, and I believe this is the last photo of that year. I also wanted to mention in this video that during my journey, there are times where my skin looks really, really good. And I've figured out that what makes a difference in your skin is your water intake and working out. Working out your body is amazing on your skin. So I hope you guys like this video. I hope you learned something. Take what you can from it. Decide what kind of diet works for you. And I wish you guys lots of luck.